suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
Walker's got Nards!
Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. A couple of days ago we got our first look at Jamie Clayton as Pinhead or Hell Priest or Hell Priestess, whatever you want to call it. We've got our first image of it. I've decided to give it a couple of days just to read the comments online, because there are hundreds of comments and thousands of comments online, because people are split on Jamie Clayton playing Pinhead or some sort of version of Pinhead. Now, I haven't read the books. I know that a lot of people are going to tell me what we're looking at here is what we get in the book. It's an androgynous being. It's not a man, it's not a woman, etc, etc. I get that, 100% accept it. I'm well behind the project as well, guys, before anyone comments and says that I'm whatever. I'm transphobic or whatever. I'm not. I'm 100% behind the project. I hope it does well. I don't like the Hellraiser franchise. I liked the first movie. I thought it was okay. But after that one, the rest of them were mostly diabolical, in my opinion, obviously. So anytime a Hellraiser movie came out, a remake or whatever, like Hellraiser Judgment, I was never excited for it. When this got announced, I also wasn't excited for it, but I was interested to see someone like Jamie Clayton playing the character of Pinhead. I'm going to call it Pinhead because that's what I want to call it. I was excited to see what she would look like in the makeup, because you could have someone who's fantastic but still look terrible because of the makeup artist and whatever. But when I saw the image for this, whether it's a man, a woman or a trans or whatever, this looks fantastic. This image of what I call Pinhead or Hell Priest, this looks great. You know, the lighting obviously helps, but the lighting looks fantastic in it. The makeup effects look great. The neck looks amazing. So it looks like it's obviously not going to be a big budget movie because it's going straight to Hulu, but this looks like probably the biggest budget since Hellraiser. Probably a bigger budget, obviously inflation purposes. Probably the biggest budget Hellraiser movie there has ever been and ever seen. So I'm very interested to see where they go with the story itself. Now, if we look at the target audience for Hellraiser, I'm hoping the target audience is just horror fans. Not specific horror fans for the trans community or any other communities. I want it to be a straight up horror movie. You know, the comments that I've read have been astounding. You've got people who are saying, I don't want to see the movie because I don't like the Hellraiser franchise. But as soon as they say they don't like the Hellraiser franchise or they don't want to see it, people are getting onto them saying you're transphobic. And you're like, no, they just don't like the Hellraiser franchise. You know, just stop jumping on the bandwagon and just calling everyone anti-woke. And that's a video that I've got out later on about that. But there's this woke and anti-woke agendas that are going on. You know, you've got people saying, just for example, a man has been changed into a woman for a film. And someone says, I don't like it when they do that because it was originally a man in the book. And then people will say, for example, James Bond, maybe they make James Bond a female, and they'll say, oh, but it's just fiction, it's a fictional character. It doesn't have to be a man. They can make it a woman if they want. You're like, okay, fair enough. Understand that. And then when you get Hellraiser, you've got a man or a woman playing Hellraiser, but it was originally a man in the movies. I don't mean the book, I mean the movies. So they've changed it for movie purposes back to its original source material, which is fine. But then when someone says, I don't like that they're doing that, then these same people that says about James Bond, it's only fiction, you can change it if you want, then say, oh, but they're going by the source material. They have to go by the source material, so it's not a man or a woman. They're making it androgynous. So you're looking at these people thinking, are you just saying that for argument's sake? Because 1 minute you're saying it's okay to change the sex because it's fiction, but then on the other hand you're saying, but it needs to be part of the story. So you're only changing your ideas to fit your narrative that trans people should be inclusive, or women should take over men, or men should take over women. We don't need that. This is a horror movie, and that's what I want to get back to. That's just the political side of it. I want it to be a straight up horror movie. If Jamie Clayton is the best Pinhead, I will 100% back her on that, because I go by what I'm looking at, not by who they are or who they were or what agendas that people love about them or hate about them. that doesn't interest me. What I'm interested in is Hellraiser is a straight up horror movie, and we don't have any political jargon in it. We don't have any, how would you say it? You can tell when a movie is pandering to something, pandering to an audience. And if Hellraiser does that, I will call it out for that. And it will be a bad movie because of that. But if they use it to their strengths, get those extra communities to watch the movie. Because Jamie Clayton's playing Hellraiser, that's great. We've not just got the basic horror community. We've got other communities coming in to watch it. And if we can all enjoy it for what it is, even better. So what are your thoughts, guys? Do you think this movie is going to be pandering to a specific audience, to a specific community? Or do you think they're going to go the straight up horror route, ignore all the political jargon and go straight into it? Leave the comments down below, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.